Pacific. Today, welcome to Weekend Edition. I'm Krystal Paco, so glad you could join us. At least a third of the island's local prison population is comprised of detainees, a shocking figure that could be costing taxpayers hundreds of dollars a day to house individuals that don't necessarily need to be behind bars. Here's more from the Judiciary of Guam. Pretrial detainees shouldn't be in jail just because they can't afford bail.
The first thing is we're going to be adopting a screening tool for judges and magistrates to use so that they can be informed about a bit better about when to detain somebody that's been arrested.
Year after year, the Department of Corrections reports their prison population is growing, while their facilities remain the same. A problem Judiciary of Guam Administrator of the Courts, Joshua Tenorio, admits could be taken care of at the court level. The issue was the focus of discussion at a recent summit attended by Chief Justice Robert Torres.
And the process should be that risk tools are used to make sure that the dangerous people are being held no matter what kind of income level they have. That's the system or the direction I think that our criminal justice system has to move on.
It's easy to forget that in the judicial system, a defendant is innocent until proven guilty. To ensure justice is served throughout, Tenorio says the Public Defender's Office will also be expanding their duties.
The second thing is the public defender is going to be expanding the activities of defense counsel earlier in the process, so that when magistrate hearings happen, there's going to be a balance in the courtroom to remind everybody that our statutes call for people to be released unless they pose a certain risk to the community.
The last phase is educational outreach.
And the third thing is working with our community, really educating the public and the partners within the court about really what is the purpose of bail and detention, and I think that we're going to be launching some big work over the next few weeks. We're requesting to get some technical assistance from off-island experts to come in and take a look at what we were doing here. And I think already our team knows that there are a lot of improvements I think that can be made.
Tenorio anticipates the judiciary will adopt a risk and needs assessment from the University of Cincinnati. According to him, the Ohio Risk Assessments model is one of the top 3 in the nation and includes tools for the Department of Corrections. 2 invasive species hitched a ride to Guam, but were stopped at the airport. The live insects were found on coconut leaves shipped from Rota for Festpac. Samples were sent off-island to a USDA lab in Maryland and were confirmed as the palm intensifying whitefly and the palm mealybug. Both species have not been previously recorded in Guam. Before the leaves were released for Festpac, they were all fumigated. If you plan on heading to Festpac, please plan accordingly to prevent heat exhaustion and other heat-related illnesses. Here are some things you can do. Drink plenty of fluids, don't wait until you're thirsty, and try to stay away from drinks loaded with sugar. These actually cause you to lose more fluid. Try to rest often in areas where there is shade, and it's always a good idea to wear lightweight, light-colored, loose-fitting clothing and wear a wide-brimmed hat and sunglasses. And help prevent sun-related damage to your skin by putting on sunscreen of SPF 15 or higher. The most effective products say broad spectrum or UVA UVB protection on their labels. It's never too late to learn something new. The island's Manamku meet with a local artist who teaches them how to get creative. Here's more from the Tamuning Senior Citizen Center. The island's Manamku are channeling their artistic side.
I like doing this.
65-year-old Sylvia Mercurio was all smiles and laughter as she added more colored strokes to her canvas, something the retired teacher says she hasn't done since her childhood.
My mind will freshen my mind, because when I was younger, I used to paint, and as if I feel young, because this is what I did when I was young.
Mercurio is one of dozens of Manamku throughout the island who were treated by a visit from Canvas by Fawn. Fontaine Cap is a local artist who hosts painting workshops. It's a guaranteed fun time for the beginner to the advanced. As part of ongoing Senior Citizens Month activities, she's been touring the island's senior centers to share her love for painting. Today's lesson, Tamuning Senior Citizen Center recreational leader Donna Cruz says, is painting a proa.
We actually have Canvas by Fawn. She's going to be here teaching our seniors how to paint some proas. This is for the Conference on Aging. It's just something to get the seniors to do aside from bingo, another activity for them. I guess to show the artistic side.
Cruz says the seniors were apprehensive at first, most unsure if they were capable of making a work of art. But after their lesson this week, they will definitely be asking for more painting workshops.
We actually had, it was actually hard in the beginning. Our seniors were like, we don't know how to paint. I don't know, I'm scared and all this stuff. But right now, we actually had some that say, okay, we'll learn, we'll try. And then we've had a couple of seniors actually walking into the room trying to see what's going on. They seem more interested now.
For more information on Canvas by Fawn, visit her Facebook page. The 5th Annual Conference on Aging took place at the Pacific Star Hotel on Thursday. Dozens of seniors and community organizations attended the event, which is part of Senior Citizens Month. Division of Senior Citizen Social Worker Eileen Escalera said the week's main speaker was Dr. Annette David.
Her presentation is on raging at aging, several secrets to staying healthy while growing older. We also had some pre-conference presentations by Health Services of the Pacific on palliative care, and also driver safety by Robert Cruz from the American Association of Retired Persons.
The event featured local healthcare providers, banks, and other community organizations, and aimed to keep seniors informed on issues and services relevant to their demographic. Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we'll rehash some of the big stories of the past week, and still to come, the Guam Crime Stoppers report. Keep it here.
Stay connected to the world at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, streaming Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens,
it's a beautiful day.
We rely on the people we trust,
It's a beautiful,
who we can always count on,
beautiful day.
and the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need
It's a beautiful day.
wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
If you get nervous about having dental treatment, you're not alone. An estimated 35 million adults experience anxiety or nervousness at the simple thought of visiting the dentist. As your dentist, I strive to make your visit as painless or pain-free as possible. And I frequently tell my patients that in the 21st century, if we can give you medicines to put your tooth to sleep or medicines to take an infection or toothache away, we can surely give you something to help relax you and take all fear away. No one ought to sit in a dental chair thinking of bad childhood memories or fearing injections. If you're a dental coward, but you really do want your teeth fixed, Don't wait until the pain is killing you. Come in, tell us your fears, and set up an appointment. We have convinced many that dental treatment doesn't need to be scary anymore. For your helpful dental minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. You shall never know all the good a simple smile can do.
Hot summer cool deals only at Triple J Auto Group. Receive a free $500 Kmart gift certificate with every purchase, just in time for summer spending. Get unbelievable deals on remaining 2015 and all new shipments of 2016 models. Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazdas, Lincolns, Volvos, Kias, and used cars. New cars as low as $98 per paycheck and used cars as low as $85 per paycheck. Get pre-approved instantly at carsguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Today, welcome back to Weekend Edition. This is Rehash, where we recap the big stories of the weekend. It's what everyone was talking about all week. It was trending, had its own hashtag. Isa, let's talk about Festpac.
Festpac. Okay, well, Festpac was so much fun this week. I went around to a bunch of the different venues, and no matter how many events I go to, I just feel like it's not enough, and I'm not covering everything. I feel like I'm missing out on so much. But some of the coolest things that I saw this week were, first was the tattooing. So I saw, interviewed some tattoo artists from New Zealand, the Maori tattoo artists. So they have their traditional tattooing, which goes back generations. And you can actually book a tattoo at their hut at the Festival Village in Hagåtña. I also spoke with some Samoan tattoo artists from there at the Second Cultura. And what's really cool is that the Samoan tattoo artists use their traditional means of tattooing. So they have this kind of hammering method where they do it by hand and they tattoo your skin, but it's a lot faster than machine tattooing. And I'm not sure if you can book there. You might be able to, but there are lines of people that are just waiting and watching. So check that out at Second Cultura. Another really cool thing I saw was seafaring. So of course, the event kicked off with the opening ceremonies with all the canoes coming in. And I actually spoke with a master navigator from Lamatrek, which is an island in Yap. And they sailed all the way down here, and they were saying that, they revived the art of weaving the sails right before Festpac. This 90-year-old woman, she was on her deathbed, and she kind of just, right before she died, she taught 15 other women from Lamatrek how to build the sail. And so they did that, and then 2 weeks later, she died. So they presented that to University President Dr. Robert Underwood, so you can see that there.
That's cool.
Very cool. So Ken, I guess that's the best segue I can do for you.
Yeah. It's been over since 2014 when voters passed the medicinal marijuana measure, and this week they kicked off the public hearings for it. So 2 were held, one in Derrida and one in Sinajana, and they continue next week. We spoke with Andrea Pelicani. She's a big medicinal marijuana advocate, and she's the president of Women Grow Guam, and she's part of this Guam grassroots organization regarding medicinal marijuana. And she, along with several others, they were raising a lot of concern, mostly about like the fees, the need for home cultivation, the rights to policy, and adding more medical conditions. I think there's about a dozen or so medical conditions that would qualify you to use medicinal marijuana, but she says others like diabetes or HIV or depression should be added onto that list as well. We're just getting started because there's 2 more meetings. I think the next one is May 31st at the Santa Rita Senior Center, but she says we all need to take part in this because we voted for it, and we don't want to see a program that starts and it's set to fail from the beginning. So she wants everyone's input. So we'll see how more about that coming up today.
Speaking of everyone, Gov Guam, let's talk about debt.
The Public Auditor Doris Flores Brooks made a presentation or a speech before the Chamber of Commerce, and I was just a little bit surprised at the numbers that she was throwing out. $1 billion here, $1 billion here. Pretty soon you're talking about a little bit of money. But she talked about the government's assets and liabilities. $1.9 billion in assets, $1.7 billion in liabilities. But what she was focused on was the deficit, and she said that's at about $871 million. And that doesn't include the unfunded liability of the Gov Guam Retirement Fund, which is about $1.3 billion. So we've got quite a bit of debt. But on the revenue side, Gov Guam does rake in about $1 billion a year, $700 million in taxes, and about $300+ million from the federal government. So there's good news and there's bad news. And so she gave the kind of the fiscal health of the government of Guam, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Okay, myself, I covered two big stories, I think. Christopher Raven, you may remember him. He was the veteran firefighter who was arrested for DUI with injuries. He was driving just outside our Harmon Studios when he struck a girl who was darting out into the road. And so earlier this week, he did enter a plea for a violation of imprudent driving. And this is not a criminal offense, so this is a pretty good deal for him. He has no jail time. Again, this girl, she darted out. It was dark. None of the other cars behind Mr. Rafen were able to see the girl. And the defense maintained that the girl was actually the drunk one and that she was the one trying to get hit. So he will only have to pay about $1,000 in restitution to the family, to the victim's family, but no jail time for him. That's good news for him. Again, he used his skills as a firefighter to keep her alive until medics were able to arrive. And so she was hospitalized, but then later released. Also, Guam Live, I wanted to end on a good note. Good note, get it? Okay, so Guam Live is this weekend. Super excited. Guam's own Pia Mia Perez, before she became Pia Mia. She will be headlining a lot of other acts, almost a dozen acts from all over the Pacific. And for anyone who is not on the fence about going to Guam Live, you'll want to go because all the Festpac delegates have got a ticket. So that means our Rapa Nui boys and our Cook Islands boys will also be in the house. They will be there. Each of them gets a ticket to Guam Live. Again, that's this Sunday, May 29th. Buy your tickets at guam-live.com. And if you want any of us here at KUAM to cover anything, email us at reporters@kuam.com.
Take a look around you, everything it has to be, from the people all around to the walls of concrete. There's a rhythm, there's a flow, there's a stop, there's a go. If you never paid attention, then maybe you didn't know. Everything is moving to a relative time, you can always count it out. There's a reason and a rhyme. You will make me feel alive like the music's so sweet. So cut up off your seat, just feel the beat. Just feel the beat, yeah. Just feel the beat. Hey.
Now is the time, Guam. The Drive and Discovery event is going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Get the award-winning 2016 Hyundai Accent starting at just $11,995. That's right, $11,995. Or indulge in the completely redesigned 2017 Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. For fast credit approval, visit us online at carsplusguam.com. With quick and easy financing available, the time to buy is now. Come experience the Drive and Discovery event today at Cars Plus Hyundai, the official vehicle sponsor of Festpac. Cars Plus, driven by you.
We shall, in each of these articles, find the proa worthy of our admiration and a place amongst the mechanical productions of the most civilized nations where arts and sciences have most eminently flourished. In that one sentence, we find out that we were canoe builders, we were sailors, we were navigators, that we were simplistic in nature, but we were ingenious in our creativity.
Won't break a bones. We're in the car on a highway. It's a magical feeling that no one's got at home. This is your home. It's alive. It's pumping blood. In a whole wide world, it's Switzerland. It's Switzerland.
Most fast food places use formulas to create their combos, but all that math doesn't always equal something tasty. At my place, you can get a mouth-watering sourdough bacon ranch combo.
a full-size beef patty, bacon, and creamy ranch sauce on toasted sourdough bread, plus hot and salty fries and a drink for just $4.99. Because flavor always beats formulas. Sourdough Bacon Ranch Combo, just $4.99 for a limited time. Combo's done my way.
A well-put-together man is said to be sharp. At GMC, we get why people appreciate that kind of precision. After all, precision is the kind of sharp that slices through a crowd. This is the precision of professional grade.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today for great offers. We are your GMC dealer of Guam.
All right, everybody, it of course is prom and graduation season, and Officer Paul Tapao is here, and we are going to talk about a law, Paul, that's been in effect on Guam for about the last 3 years. This is the Social Host Act that basically governs people hosting parties and what responsibilities they have, especially if there are young people involved.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, in spirit with the graduation season, first and foremost, congratulations to our graduates out there, Eugene High School. And, you know, with come graduation, there's a lot of celebration. And with the Social Host Act, which has been enacted into law since 2013, it puts the responsibility of the homeowner or the host of a party, of a celebration, to be responsible when dealing with alcohol, particularly those with, you know, dealing with guests who would want to consume alcohol and are under the age of 21. It's your responsibility. It's the law. You could be held civilly liable and criminally liable for anything that should happen to that mind or that individual who's consuming alcohol and under the age of 21.
Now, you know how we have parties on Guam. Typically, like there's a bar set up outside. You know, like a bunch of guys will man it and everything. Distributing alcohol to people who shouldn't legally be drinking it and everything like that is one thing. But what if it should fall into like the hands of like they sneak it out or something happens and it happens to be on your property?
Yeah, you know, you have to take extra caution into that by designating responsible adults to man the bar. We do have banners. Our partnership that we established last year with the Mayor's Council, if you're going to rent a canopy, we're going to give you a banner that specifically says that we card under the age of 21, and it specifically gives the Responsible Social Act. Now, take extra charge of that because that's your party. You want to make sure that your guests are safe. You want to make sure that the people consuming alcohol are above the age of 21 or 21 and over. You know, like I said, the law will come back to you. In the event that something does happen, you know, God forbid that the people that were there, the guests that were there were consuming alcohol and you didn't do anything to prevent it from happening. They drive down the street, they get into a crash and somebody dies. You can be held liable for that.
Now, I know there's probably a lot of people watching right now and they're like, Officer Tapao, I'm really in favor of that. This is a great idea. But if you've ever actually hosted a party like on Guam, you know, and it's your house, you've got so many things to think about. You've got, you know, guests, you've got the music, the DJ, the food, bringing stuff out. You know, you want, you know, you have to have the coolers filled with, you know, like with bottled water, with Capri Sun, you know, with sodas and everything like that, you know, alcohol aside. You've got so many things to consider. So how would you recommend the host of the party actually making sure that this is enforced? I would think have multiple people do that. List your friends.
You pick the, you know, you got to lay the rules down. You got to make sure that you establish the rules for the host, and you got to stand by your rules. You got to make sure that you designate responsible adults. Keep it out of reach. Keep it in a secure area. Keep it like a bar, you know, bar setting. And every time somebody comes up to inquire whether they can, you know, get some alcohol, beverages and everything, ask them if they have an ID. Go ahead and card. It sends the message that you are taking the extra caution. And you're going to know your guests and your family members that are there. And those that you don't know and they come up and everything because they're guests of other family members, take that, you know, take the extra measures by carding them, asking them, can I please see an ID? Just to make sure that you are the age of 21 and over. And that's sending the message that you are, you know, you're taking the responsibility of having a safe, you know, a safe celebration pretty much.
And you know, if you do have very responsible family members and friends, which everybody does around here, they'll say, hey, I don't want to see you get in trouble and I want to make sure that this party is one to remember in positive ways. So we'll help out.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody has that inafamalik and it's a celebration. We all have to have that, you know, that sense of good vibes in this celebration. You're going to walk in there and say, wow, that's a great party. I actually got carded. You know, I got carded for one beverage that I wanted to consume, that alcohol beverage. And, you know, it could save a life and it will save a life when you make the responsible choices.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the information. Very helpful.
Yeah, thank you. And we want to remind everybody that it's summertime, so please make responsible choices out there.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Thanks again for having us.
All right. And we will see you when we come back.
These used cars are Nissan certified, and let me show you why I stand behind every used car that we sell. First, our certified technicians inspect every used car to make sure it's safe, reliable, and mechanically sound. Then any scratches and dings are given first-class treatment at our body shop. And after thorough detailing inside and out, the car is ready for sale. At a price that's always below Blue Book. That makes Nissan used cars your best buy.
Get ready for the most unforgettable music event of the year. The Guam Visitors Bureau is proud to once again bring you the Lotte Duty Free Guam Live International Music Festival at the Governor Joseph Flores Memorial Park on Sunday, May 29th. Guam Live 2016 will feature some of the world's hottest musical acts, including Collie Buds,
Finally, the come around.
Common Kings,
But you kinda feels like my sickness.
Fiji, and Manao Company. With performances by Pia Mia, J Park, Chloe Kai, Micah G, and The John Dank Show. Get your tickets now at 76 Circle K locations, MWR, Anderson ITT, Guam Auto Spot, and online at guam-live.com. The Lotte Duty Free Guam Live International Music Festival is presented by United Airlines, Uzatani Guam Resort, Docomo Pacific, 76 Circle K, Guam Auto Spot, PIC, the stations of KUAM and Heineken. Brought to you by... With special thanks to... This is a GVB signature event.
When you reserve a party at Chuck E. Cheese's, it's guaranteed to be a blast. Blast off! And now birthdays are more of a blast than ever. Because for a limited time, tickets in the Ticket Blaster are worth double.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
We're brand new to the community, but we want people to understand that we are part of this community. And as being a part of the community, we wanted to contribute. And we wanted not only to contribute monetarily, we wanted to contribute in a way that was going to be sustainable and lasting for the future. We represent health, and health is a right that all of us as human beings have, and something that we need. And so we want to make sure that they understood that here in the region, that we right here in Guam are able to take care of you and for your healthcare needs that you may need. For us now to come along and now become the host to all of our brothers and sisters in the Pacific community is a huge thing, and we're excited about it. Festpac is a once in every 4-year event. Come out, support it, come and enjoy, come and share, and come and witness. Thank you.
Now is the time, Guam. The Drive-In Discovery event is going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Get the award-winning 2016 Hyundai Accent starting at just $11,995. That's right, $11,995. Or indulge in the completely redesigned 2017 Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. For fast credit approval, visit us online at carsplusguam.com. With quick and easy financing available, the time to buy is now. Come experience the Drive-In Discovery event today at Cars Plus Hyundai, the official vehicle sponsor of Festpac. Cars Plus, driven by you.
And before we close out the news tonight, here's our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Celebrating this weekend, Bradley Isaiah Zapatos, happy 13th birthday, blessing you with many more. Love your family. Happy birthday to you, Jojo Valoria. Happy birthday to KUAM's very own Helen Island Girl Uggan. Happy 4th birthday, Kayla Bradilla. Turning 1 this weekend, Tyler Meno Moses, happy birthday from the family. Marcus, happy 3rd birthday to our Pescador with lots of love from Brother Kai, Sister Ella, Mommy and Daddy, Great Grandma Lulan, and Grandma Rai and the family. Last but not least, happy birthday, Ethan Crisostomo. Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date so we can celebrate you. And that's all the time we have. But before we leave, we want to celebrate the most favorite Festpac delegation at this point, Rapa Nui. So here's a special performance from Rapa Nui.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&D,